gracias. Este es el ejemplo. Dejan de cortar con cualquier aporte. Realmente aceptamos billetes, diversas divisas extranjeras, llaves de coches, propiedades, hígados, gracias. Y lo próximo se llama los 100 años de acuerdo.
¡Ay, el monstruo coronado! ¡Cuidado, cuidado! Bueno, mira. Algo anda por ahí.
Good morning.
Algo que no se ve.
A few weeks ago, we went to Barcelona Knits, which is a fiber festival that happens every year in Barcelona. And this was a surprise gift from my husband a few months ago. I spoke about it on another video. One morning when I woke up, he waited for me with a coffee and he told me that he has booked the whole trip to go to Barcelona for about 4 days and then a couple of days in Paris. Now, I've never been to any fiber festivals before. This was my first time, and I don't know how he even found out about it. He probably overheard me mention it, but yeah, he surprised me some months ago, and that happened, I think, middle or second part of November in Barcelona. So we came back a few weeks ago, and I still didn't make a video about it. So I thought I'll make like a shortish video to tell you about our time that we spent there. We arrived late in the night, and it was a long trip. For some reason, there was no direct flight from Cyprus, and we had to go through Italy, so we had a 6-hour layover in Italy. So we arrived late in the night on Thursday evening. The festival happens over the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. So we arrived Thursday evening and we just crashed in bed. The next day in the morning, we have arranged to meet with a friend of mine for breakfast, Selma from Little Big Knits. And I have been talking to Selma online for a while now, but we have never really met. And she lives in Canada, and she was going to fly over. She was going to visit her son in Madrid first, and then she was going to come to Barcelona for the festival. So, and she and another girl as well, which I'll tell you about later, they were going to stay in the same hotel as us. So she arrived the next morning, and we arranged to meet for breakfast and coffee, which was that moment. I didn't record that moment, but it was just so special to be able to finally hug somebody that, you know, you've been talking to for a while, and that you watch each other videos and you consider a friend but never really were able to touch. And it was a very special moment at the hotel when we met. And that morning we sat for breakfast and coffee and just talked and talked and talked until she needed to go to a gallery, and we went on walking around the city. I have made for Selma, I have made her a hand-woven wrap, and I gave it to her that morning at breakfast, and she liked it. She showed it on her latest episode. But I was really happy that I could make something for her. I wanted for her to have something to take back with her, so, you know, that even when we're apart, that I can give her a hug. So we had this great time having breakfast and morning coffee, and then she went on to visit some galleries, and Mario and I went, we walked around Barcelona for a bit. We didn't really do any sightseeing because this is our third time visiting, so we already visited most of the sites. But we just walked around the city. We went to the market, and I love Barcelona market. And we went to Barri Gothic, their Gothic area. And Mario was leading the way. He was looking at his GPS. And in one moment, I just saw in front of me the shop, All You Need Is Love, the yarn shop, All You Need Is Love. And he found it on the map, and he led me without me knowing. I didn't buy anything at the shop that day because I knew they were going to be also at the festival, but also I was going to see so much other yarn over the weekend at the festival. That evening, which was Friday evening, we have arranged to meet up with Camilla from Camigion Knit and Anina from Aniuti Knits. Anina came from Finland and Camilla from Denmark. And we have a group podcasters chat that we chatted often, but never really in private, only in group we have chatted. And we arranged to meet that evening because they have arrived during the day. So first, we were in, Mario and I, my husband and I, we were in Barri Gothic, and I texted Camilla, I said, do you want to meet up for a drink? And she was there with her husband, she just arrived. So they came over and they met us. And it was amazing. It was both of them, they have personalities larger than life. But it was so, and this seemed to be a theme throughout the trip. All of the women that I have met up finally in real life, it felt like we have known each other for years, and there was not even for 1 second awkward conversation. It's like we jumped into the conversation like we have just left it the day before and like we have known each other for ages. So Camilla and her husband arrived in the evening, and we sat for drinks. And Lars was just amazing. Both Mario and Lars were amazing the whole trip. But we were there, and then Selma and Anina came to join us as well. Anina was really tired from her traveling, and she was really hungry. So they joined us, and we had a fabulous evening together, but again, I didn't record anything. And in fact, if Mario didn't really record any of the other footage, I don't think I would have caught anything on camera, because I was just on such a high spending time with these women, and the whole trip was just beautiful. The morning of the festival, Lisa from Ensuon, she came over because she lives in Spain, just outside of Barcelona, about half an hour, 40 minutes away from Barcelona, and she came to our hotel to meet up with us. So we met in front of the hotel, and then we all went for a coffee before we actually go to the venue. And it was just a joy. Again, also with Lisa, we have never met, and she's such a genuine person, as they all are, but it was just magic to meet all of them. Again, we just met, and it's as if we've known each other, I mean, for years, and I keep on saying that, but that is how I felt, and that is something that stayed with me as the main impression of the trip. We went for a coffee, and then we slowly kind of went to the venue, which we didn't go as soon as it opened, but we wanted to kind of go an hour or so later so we can avoid the main crowd. However, when we arrived, there was a very long line for the entrance. I think it was about an hour wait. But you know what? Surprisingly, even though it was an hour wait, for me, it just passed so quickly, because we were still chatting and having fun in the queue, and I didn't feel it at all. I didn't feel that it went for so long. And then the doors opened. And as the doors opened, my card came out. Now, I didn't necessarily plan to buy a lot of yarn because I already have so much yarn and I have so much fiber, and I tend to knit a lot with my hand spun. What I wanted to find is if they had European distributors for floor looms, but there weren't any. So because I was not going to buy a loom in that moment, then I thought, okay, let's look at some yarn. And as I told you, the doors opened and my card came out.
¡Ay, el monstruo coronado! ¡Cuidado, cuidado! Bueno, mira, algo anda por ahí, es algo que no se ve. Y dicen que si te caes no te dejarán ni comer. Oye, dicen que al que le tocó y somos de carne y hueso. Corren los rumores por ahí que el monstruo anda casi suelto. Lávate las manos con agua y con jabón. Saluda a tu vecina, pero mantente en tu rincón. Mide tu metro cuadrado, que esto se puso contagioso. Transita por las manos si no le gusta el alcohol. ¡Ajá! No le gusta el alcohol. Por eso, escucha de nuevo. Dice el noticiero para todos los callejeros: quédense tranquilos en casa, que ahí es donde todo pasa. Y se te pica el bicho por salir, salir es una mesa. Afuera anda un monstruo coronado, da la vuelta, sale y entra. Lávate la mano con agua y con jabón. Saluda a tu vecina, pero mantente en tu rincón. Mide tu metro cuadrado, que esto se puso contagioso. Transita por las manos si no le gusta el alcohol. Lávate la mano con agua y con jabón. Lávate la. Saluda a tu vecina, pero mantente en tu rincón. Lávate la mano así nada más, con agua y con jabón. De verdad. Saluda a tu vecina, pero mantente en tu rincón. Ay, si te pica el bicho por salir, salir es una mesa. Afuera. Saluda a tu vecina, pero mantente en tu rincón. Quédate tranquilo en casa, que ahí es donde todo pasa. ¿Cómo ves? Saluda a tu vecina, pero mantente en tu rincón. Quédate, ahí quédate en casa, quédate. Tony.
So the first day, as soon as we walked in, I bought these at the very entrance. There was this Italian dye, dark almond arts, and I really liked everything that he had was just really pretty. But I really liked this base that has yak in it, and I didn't. This is 85% merino, 15% yak. 100 grams, 450 meters. And I have at that moment, I had no plan of what I'm going to do with it because there was not enough of one color to make a garment. But I just fell in love with these colors, these jeweled but muted colors. And so I think that what I'm going to do, I got 4 of these, just one in each color. So one is this mustardy color, the other one is brownish purple, then red, and this gray, bluish gray really. So what I'm thinking that I'm going to do with these is that I also have from Regia, I have in gray about 2.5 or 3 balls of their merino yak gray base. So what I'm thinking to do is maybe create or see if I can read a pattern of some color work jumper, and maybe have that gray base in the background and do the color work in these colors, because I really like them. If I do color, I think these are my color, jewel tones but muted. So I'm going to put here the yarns that I show you, that I already shown, so I don't mix them up. And then I have seen Wool Dreamers, I think it was called, the brand, and they do unspun yarn, Manchelope, and that yarn is from Manchego sheep, the sheep that they use to make Manchego cheese. I have never worked with unspun yarn, but when I saw it, and I always felt intrigued to try working with it, but when I saw it and I touched it, I just fell in love, and I'm really looking forward to experiment with it. So I bought, this is each plate, it comes with 2 strands together, and with 2 strands together, it's DK weight, which I think is about 200 something meters per 100 grams. But what I could do is I could unravel the 2 strands and just knit with the single one, and then have like 4-ply yarn and maybe hold it together with one of the strands of my hand spun or something else. We'll see what I'm going to do with it. But when I touched it, it doesn't feel extremely soft. I mean, it's not scratchy at all, but it feels a bit dry. However, when I have put it on my neck, which is my ultimate test, it's not scratchy, prickly at all whatsoever. So I was just very pleasantly surprised with it. So what I got is this subtle difference in shades. I got 2 of this grayish oatmeal color and 1 plate of this darker shade, again like brown gray. So I don't know what that is going to become yet. Do I make a really lightweight shawl, or do I try for a cardigan or a jumper? I really don't know from any of them what exactly I'm going to make, but I just wanted to show you what I bought. I really like this, and the price was very reasonable. I think it was €8.50 per 1 plate. The only one brand that I had in mind that I wanted to check out, even though I bought from other places as well, was Mayak. And I wanted to try their lace, yak lace yarn, which I bought at on the very first day. I bought 4 skeins. Now let me put my glasses on to see the yardage in this. This is 350 meters per 50 grams, and it's 100% baby yak. So it's lace weight, but it does feel plumper than the other lace weight yarns that I have. So on the first day, I bought this, again, you see the theme, what my colors are, this grayish oatmeal color. I got 3 skeins of that. And I got 1 skein of this burgundy, which I think is going to look really nice if I use this for color work, with to combine it with this oatmeal color. So that was the first day, and I think that's all that I bought on the first day. So after the festival, that evening we have arranged to meet up for all of us. Lisa has booked for us to go for dinner in one lovely restaurant, And we have met with some other women there as well, and we have arranged to meet up with Anastasia from Free Your Sheep, and she was there with some other friends, but we have managed to join the tables and spend some time with her as well. And it was such a joyous evening. It's so much fun, great food. In fact, as I said, this is our third time in Barcelona, and I have not had a bad meal there ever. I mean, in all of my trips, wherever we have sat down, the food was always amazing. So that evening it was just so nice, full of joy, full of laughter, that when the dinner finished, we were not ready to finish the evening, and we tried to find a place where we can go and have a drink. And so we did, and Anastasia joined us as well. So it was Mario, me, Lars and Camilla, Selma, Nina, Lisa, and Anastasia. So again, we kind of closed the restaurant, and then we closed the place where we were, the bar where we went to have a drink. But it was just a joy, very, very joyful evening. On the second day of the festival, the crowds have cleared up, so it was more empty, and I was actually able to look at more yarn and to approach all the vendors without all the crowds. When I came to the Wool Dreamers, their Manchelope pretty much sold out already on the first day, so I'm really glad that I got what I got on the first day. So because the crowds cleared out and I was able to approach the vendors better, that was also dangerous because, I just ended up buying more yarn. Because I liked the Mayak so much when I bought it, but also when I came back to the hotel room and I was looking at it, I ended up buying a few more skeins in this brown color, and I have exactly the same color in Drop Sky, and I really like it. I made a jumper for my mom, and I think I'm gonna make for myself, but I got another 3 skeins of this color, also Mayak lace, which again, what I read is 350 meters per 50 grams. So I got that. Then what I got was this one. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. This one is Kolosko. I don't know if woolen fibers. I don't know if that is how it's pronounced. But this one is 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. 420 meters per 100 grams. So this is a bit, it has more yardage than the typical fingering, which is 400. I'm really sorry, there is a fly flying around, so if the microphone is picking it up, I'm really sorry. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit that. But I got 2 skeins of that. I'm either going to see what I can, if I can make a jumper with it or use it for socks. Now I love the mustard color, but I think it washes me out. So when I put this to my face, I think this color washes me out. This one has some speckles of mustard and burnt orange. So if I combine it, I'm probably going to do the gray closer to my face rather than the mustard, and have the mustard at the lower part. Or just not, as I said, just use them in socks because it has 10% nylon. I don't know if that is enough, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with these. I just really like them, and I like them together as a combination. Then I got, I think this is also an Italian, I think it's an Italian dye. I don't know how to pronounce it. I mean, Apmezga, I really wouldn't know. I mean, that's how I would pronounce it. But I believe they're from Italy, and it's 75% merino superwash wool and 25% silk. It's just beautiful, beautifully soft. I would assume that it has a lovely drape. Now, I already see some pilling even in the skein like this without me starting to knit it, but simply from being in the bag. So I don't know how high maintenance this garment is going to be, but I really did like the yarn, the variations in the color. So I got 3 of those, and that is 400 meters per 100 grams. So that will be enough for a garment, even with a lot of positive ease. And in the end, I came to Malabrigo stall, and I got their lace weight yarn in 2 sweater quantities in 2 shades, because I'm knitting right now another lace weight garment, which I'm holding a strand of lace weight. I'm holding Isayer with a strand of, I think Selma told me that it's called cobweb yarn, that I have from Zegna Barufa, which is about 1,500 meters per 100 grams. So I'm holding those 2 together on 2.25 millimeter needles, and I'm knitting a lace weight garment. So I thought I'm going to get another 2 sweater quantities in different shades, and this is what I found in Malabrigo, and that is, my stomach is rumbling. I don't know if you can hear that. You probably heard that. It's 430 meters per 50 grams. So this is one of them. And I do have upstairs in my studio burgundy cobweb yarn that I plan to hold with this. And the other one, I was just really intrigued with the color, so I can hold any kind of color with this in a cobweb weight. I can hold brown, gray, beige, burgundy, but it's just, again, 3 skeins, the same yarn, the same yardage, but look how beautiful the colors are. It's very colorful, but it's muted. I don't know what kind of fabric it's going to create, but I found it very, very intriguing. And that was that for my purchases, which is quite a lot, considering that for somebody that didn't want to buy any yarn. But you know what? My first yarn festival, and I went all over the place, but I'm very happy with my choices. I have another 3 things to show you, the things that I got as gifts. Anina from Annuity Knits, she brought me a set of, I don't think I can show this properly, but a set of stitch markers and the Progress Keeper. They're Christmassy, they're like Christmas baubles, and the Progress Keeper is like a candy cane. So she gave me those. Put it here. Selma, she brought us all a skein of Sonder Yarn Company Sunday Morning 4-ply, which is 75% Blue Face Leicester and 25% Masham. And she brought us a skein of this each, and a chocolate from Canada with maple syrup, which we already ate while we were there on the trip. We didn't even bring it to Cyprus. And this yarn, it's in this beautiful, the yarn is lovely, again dry, but when I put it on my neck, not scratchy at all. So I'm looking forward to use this in combination with some of my other yarns. And it's in this beautiful purple eggplant aubergine color, which when I have put next to my face, I thought that it looks good on me. And I have never made I have never made anything in this color, but I really, really like how it looks on me. I don't know how it's coming out on camera, but when I did it in the mirror, it looked really good. So this was a very special gift as well. And Camilla, because Camilla is a yarn dyer, and she brought everybody her sock set that she creates. She's very talented yarn dyer, and her colors are just subtle and special. I find them really, really special, the way that she does her combinations. And she has every month, she has a sock set which is based on the birds that are found in Denmark. And this one is Robin. It's a sock set, so it has the main skein of 100 grams, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. And then she has 2 mini skeins to go with it. But let me show you the subtleness of her dyeing. How beautiful is that, the skein? I think a jumper in her yarn would be very nice, which I'm probably going to order when I get through some of the other yarns. There is one particular one that I'm eyeing. So she brought us all this, each one of us, she brought us her November, I think this is from November, sock set that she released. So the last thoughts of the trip, as beautiful as being on the festival was, and as much as I love Barcelona, it's still so far my favorite city that I have ever been to. Everything, the yarn, the festival, and the city were somehow the backdrop for the time that I have spent with those women. And it was such a special weekend, such a special time, and the connections that we have made, that when I came back, I really didn't remember the yarn or the festival as much. I have remembered the time that I have spent with them, and I think that this trip, this weekend, is going to stay with me forever.
I don't know what I'm getting, but let's try.
Hello, you're over here somewhere.
It sounds good.
Cada día doy las gracias a esta vida. Cada día me nace nueva melodía. Yo sabía que algún día llegaría. Qué alegría pasar el tiempo a tu lado. Qué alegría por haberte encontrado. Soy feliz, siento que todo he ganado. Tengo tantas razones para quererte, cariño, tantas razones para quererte. Tengo tantas razones para quererte, cariño, tantas razones para quererte. Cada día le doy las gracias a esta vida. Cada día me nace nueva melodía. Yo
Let's do it again soon. Here. We can get that appointment in Barcelona. Yes.